everyone. I told you it was coming, and here it is. I have got two amazing people to interview today. If you are like me, and I know you know, if you come to my site, that I love The Real Housewives of New York City, and today I've got two great people who are in Chicago. Here they are, Alex Mccord and Simon Van Kempen from The Real Housewives of New York City. Hi, guys.
Hi, Meredith.
Hi. Thank you for Chicago weather. It's sunny and it's
for you. Well, you know, you've just wrapped season 3. It's just ended. The finale has happened. And so how are you planning on spending your summer? Will it be a lot of book touring?
Yes.
Basically, yeah.
We are, the book is actually sort of like the little engine that could. It's selling better and better every week. It just came out on Kindle, and you know, for the tech-savvy Bravo audience that came to us that way, they are loving it.
Also, we were just talking about the fact that there's a reunion special coming up. We know we wrapped season 3, but these are always quite interesting, and the promos are already airing for this reunion.
Which we haven't seen
Oh,
yet.
you haven't?
No.
Oh, they're really good.
We've been traveling.
But yeah,
just
people
wait.
have been tweeting us and saying, "Oh, Alex looks really good when she says this and what." So
I liked your outfit.
we're excited to see.
Thank you.
So that's happening very soon. It's coming up this week, right?
Yes, it'll be airing on Thursday the 10th. It's 2 episodes. So Thursday the 10th at 8 o'clock Central Time, and then the 17th at the same time, which will also, from the 10th, be a lead-in to Bethany's show. Bethany's getting married.
And you're saying that you guys will also be making appearances on that show.
That's right.
Well, we know we're on the first episode, which is the housewarming, and I know that we did a really cute scene that just happened. It's one of those, I won't say what it was, but there was just, this is the beauty of reality TV. Sometimes magical things happen and you just capture them, and it should look great. I'm sure it'll make it in.
Oh,
you know, one of
good.
the things I loved about doing Bethany's show is that it's a little bit different from the Housewives. As opposed to being more about the drama, it's really more about slapstick comedy.
Oh, well,
So-
who else is better, right? Who could be, or who's the straight person if she's the funny? Or are you guys just all slapsticking the whole time? Is there a straight man?
Julie
Probably
might be the
me.
straight.
So, Alex and Simon have written a book about raising young kids in the big city of New York City, on the island of Manhattan and in Brooklyn, where you live, right?
Absolutely.
So tell me how this book got into both of your heads to do.
In the book, we decided what we would do is, with the he said, she said perspective, we would talk about the good, the bad, the ugly, the gross, the disgusting. Every parent has that worst parent in the world story.
And after season 1, we had nothing to hide.
Well,
so
let's talk
the
about that,
truth will
because
set you free. It's
Season 1, the storyline that sort of pops into my head is that there was the dinner where they were shooting for a long time, and the kids didn't really have. I have 2 boys, and I was thinking to myself when I was going to talk to you about this, if my 2 boys weren't really fed and had to sit there for shooting, I mean, they'd be running around the table too.
They're bored.
Yeah.
They're bored.
I was going to say a word, but I won't say that word. But they were completely bored. Ramona arrived 90 minutes late. This was the first season of the show.
You're trying to figure it all out.
We're a bit naive. The producers say, "Bring your children," so you say,
Okay.
"Yes, sir."
Right, and then they say, "Oh, stay 5 more minutes. Oh, stay until Jason shows up. Oh, stay until we just
You see,
finish
Jason
this
was really
bit."
late. That was Jason 1.0, not Jason 2.0.
Oh,
Bethany's
okay.
now married too. Bethany's been with 2 Jasons in the show.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so we were like, wait until this cast member arrives. Wait until this cast member. Okay, now we're going to start the leaving in just a little bit.
No,
And-
look, does that excuse their behaviour?
No,
it
of
doesn't.
course not.
But
But-
with TV, well-behaved kids behaving well make boring TV. It's a bit like if the women on the show aren't arguing and screaming at each other, there's no drama.
There's no
Well,
show.
and the funniest thing is, you really have no control. And so when you're parenting and you're being filmed, all you can do is do the best you can and understand that you have zero control.
You're
over
putting out
how-
fires.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Put it to you this way. What people saw in season 1 is they saw Francois stabbing a burger, and then they saw us standing around. But in reality...
No, that's when my sarcasm, when sort of someone says, "Oh, do you mind if your son plays with food?" Ramona said to me, "Do you mind if your son plays with food?" And I go, "Oh, of course I mind." Oh, no, of course I don't mind. And I was trying to be sarcastic, but on the show it just
And
fell
those are the
flat.
things you learn. You learn that sarcasm doesn't read. And I actually yanked him out for a timeout, but put it to you this way. What if they had shown him for the 5 minutes that he was sitting nicely in his chair, and then they showed me yanking him for the timeout?
Right.
Damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Then I would have been an
hard.
abusive mother.
There was another scene that season where it wasn't scripted, but we had to recreate something we'd done earlier that day, and so they asked us to film a brunch. It's 4 o'clock on a Sunday, so we can suspend disbelief and pretend it's brunch. It's 11 o'clock on a Sunday morning.
Right.
A 2-year-old to 4-year-old's a little bit more difficult.
Right.
So we were sort of trying to keep them at the table, and we gave them some jelly beans. So suddenly we're
right,
feeding
giving
our kids jelly beans for breakfast.
So
It's like,
parenting on a reality show.
it's a challenge. But I say at the end of the day, even with what you've seen our kids do on the show over 3 seasons, it's never as bad as what some of the women have done.
That's true.
Yeah, you know what? That's a really good point. Well, I so appreciate you taking the time on your book tour to hang out with me in your backyard here in Chicago.
Absolutely.
And this is the fun part, guys. Make a comment on the site, either at Chicago Parent, my blog there, or right here at hootiehoo.com. And any comment, whatever you want to say, and that enters you to win a signed copy of this book, Little Kids, Big City. All right, have a great weekend, everybody. Bye.
Bye.